vaping school.
It's a cool choice for a hot night.
Real mixed messages to open up this episode with, like what's cool, what's not, what's good for your health, what generation are you? Welcome back to Rabbit Troop Sucks. We are a podcast about obscure, forgotten about, and often overlooked films. As always, I'm Paul, and next to me, as always, is Miguel.
Hola.
Miguel.
There is Lamar.
Hello, folks.
There is Jeremy, who's been banished to the Outer Lands.
I'm here. I'm here and there.
You're here and there?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
It's too many places.
He's in her ear holes.
It's not the only hole.
And there's Collin, who's walking out of the room.
Two toodles.
Jeremy's got him by all the holes. Well, today we're going to be looking at Eliminators from 1986.
Are they eliminating the holes?
They're creating additional.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah,
eliminate
they do
some,
create
you
some
create
holes.
some.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's a
This
balance.
movie should have been renamed, man. Hole Creators.
Former pilot rebels against his creator, teaming up with the scientist responsible for android technology, her pet robot Spot, a rough and tumble riverboat guide, and a martial arts warrior. And together they have assembled the Eliminators 1986.
One of these people is in this movie for 15 minutes.
How dare you, Mike? All of the Eliminators
It was a
serve,
glorious 15 minutes.
serve what they need to do.
Yeah.
They eliminate.
It's a well-balanced film.
It's not.
Fine. That's your opinion.
It's better than some of them we've seen.
So I own this movie, and the director, Peter Mangian, I can't even read my own handwriting. Maybe.
Manugian.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's a lot of A's and
Mangione,
N's.
that's
in
the guy
them.
that shot that health insurance guy.
Mangione. He also directed the movie that it's a double feature on that I own is The Dungeon Master, which we'll get to one day. And we've talked about Arena from '89. He's also like a second unit, director on The Howling, Seed People. Lots of things going on.
Wow.
Yeah, Bunker of
You
Blood,
got that right.
2018.
Cocaine involved in all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember we did talk about Arena before.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
I do Arena.
Yeah.
So, Paul, you own this movie, Eliminators, on a single DVD that is also
Is a blue-
has a second film.
A Blu-ray that is a double feature of this movie and Dungeon Master. That is correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
My goodness.
I know.
How did you come about this treasure?
I told you, before everything was on streaming, every now and then I'd pick up some films. I would honestly read the synopsis and be like, this is going to be fun. Mike has watched this movie with me on this disc. This is how we originally saw it.
Is this your second time seeing it?
It is.
Tonight's recording.
Yeah. We have not watched this movie since, which I bought this movie maybe, 10 years ago. So yeah, it's been quite some time. But yeah, so what's crazy is then I looked this movie up and it's not streaming anywhere and it's out of print. So this movie becomes difficult to view. So yeah, we were watching off discs, which is crazy. Yeah, and there's a lot of people who are no longer alive in this film, which is sad. Like Abbott Reeves, I don't think anyone's going to be surprised that he's not there. But Harry Fontana, he's no longer alive. He passed away in 2022, unfortunately.
Mr. Andrew Prine, I guess is
Yeah.
his name. Yeah. Did he do anything else? Is this his thing? I haven't seen him before.
He was in the Weird Science TV show.
God damn.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Who's the blonde girl, dude? Who's the
Star
blonde
Trek.
Lieutenant Tasha Yar?
Yeah, from Star Trek.
Yeah. Oh, that's where I've seen her.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, Denise Crosby, Nora Hunter.
Yeah.
okay. Very nice.
I don't see her outside of too many.
Well,
I know she's in a lot of
Well,
things.
we've seen her before. Last time we saw her was Miracle Mile, 1988.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
A movie we have not reviewed. She was also just a notable film. She was also in Pet Sematary, the original.
Oh, shit. You can check that out.
Yeah, but then there's a lot of people we have just not seen whatsoever.
We do have a couple repeat appearances in this film.
Who so?
Asian doctor, whatever his name is. He was
Takana?
Takata.
Bayaka?
He was Gumbay in Surf Ninjas.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. And the fat hillbilly henchman was Santa Claus in Trancers.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I have that. I
Yeah,
have
there
that in
you
my
go.
notes. As Santa Claus, yeah, Trancers.
That's even on his top
He's a
4
good
on
guy.
IMDb. Yeah.
Pete Shrum is Ray.
Wow.
Kuji was in Pacific Rim.
Okay.
All right.
Kuji's the real star of this film for me.
Conan Lee. That's an
Is he
awesome
the
name right
ninja?
there.
Yeah.
He is.
Good for him.
It's kind of fucked up for you to assume that, though.
Yeah, come on, man. What's going on? Just because you live, just
There
because
was
you live
only
in
one
outside
ninja in
world,
this movie.
just because you live in outside world now.
Yeah.
Well, this movie starts off with a plane crash. It's super low budget. You're like, hey, what the hell's going on? Some guy's like, oh God, no, and you're like, oh God, it's one
There's
step-
Romans.
Yeah, yeah. So
There are Romans.
This is where Indiana Jones got it. So
What kind of pilot was he? Was he like running drugs?
I have no idea.
Because he was in like a World War II plane.
Sure, maybe.
And he crashed in Mexico.
Like a World War II cargo plane
Yeah, I
in a
don't-
questionable time and place.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're crossing the streams
that's
with the
fine.
timelines. I hear
That's
it's
fine.
Yeah.
It's all fine.
I mean, the whole time we were watching this movie, throwback to episode 50 of Rabbit Troop Sucks, Manborg, we were thinking about Jeremy the whole time.
Oh yeah. My entire notes, I just refer to him as Manborg.
Yeah, of course, because Manborg is a brilliant film that you are now
Because the
accepting
fucking
into your-
guy is a mandroid.
Mandroid.
No.
You have accepted.
Just call him a Manborg.
You have
All right,
you have accepted.
somebody stole something from one of
Well, Manborg came out like 20 years later.
Yeah, so Manborg.
Well,
no,
no,
I
that's
still like Manborg rather than Mandroid.
it's because of time travel. This guy watched Mandroid and then traveled back in time.
I think
to
Jeremy
create
has
this movie.
finally accepted the Lord and Savior Manborg into his heart. So,
Finally.
This movie was better than Manborg.
how dare you?
Wow.
No, it was, Paul. At least, I mean,
Cut the
Manborg was
shenanigans.
filled in a garage on like a green screen.
It was
man.
beautiful. Oh, wait. Oi.
You and your fucking shenanigans.
Jeremy,
Yeah, this was at least filmed in Mexico, you know, and they managed to find a part of Mexico where there are no Mexicans, which I find very.
is
very-
that a slight
like, how
against?
do you do that?
Is that a slight against Canadians?
It was an uncharted part
Yeah.
of Mexico.
Yeah, with the part with the cavemen.
Yeah.
What
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a shootout where there's a whole lot of them. He's dying
we did
over
just
here.
mention cavemen and Romans, guys. You can see where this is going.
Ninjas.
I don't get
and
it.
Robots, manborgs. We
There's
got a lot.
nothing to get.
I do like how the
That's
open.
because if you watch this movie, you have been eliminated.
That's very true.
This movie is about a ninja's path, and it is about the art of deception, where you think you're watching a movie about a Mandroid, and then enter the ninja, who's like, "Hey, I've been following you this whole time while cooking this fish in my bare right hand,"
Yeah, there's something for everybody here.
Yeah.
and you didn't expect it, and there's a whole world shift. This is like, I almost said, it's The Raid, where you think one thing's happening, and then like everyone's dead, and then boom, you have like a new main character. That's the quality of movie we're looking at. A Charles Band production has brought you this far.
Would you say this is all some kind of weird ass science fiction thing?
I would.
Yeah.
I would say that. I'd say that to my friends. I'd email people. I'd go shout at the rooftops of the internet. The rooftops of the internet. Do you know how high that is?
Yeah.
You know how high you have to be?
That's at least 7 stories.
Hashtag 420 Denver, Colorado. This episode's
There you go.
There you go.
eliminated. Hashtag pounded.
Damn it. Well, if only Kuji had more time to get that whole storyline going, because 15 minutes doesn't encapsulate all the ratness that the ninja-ness kicked in at the end of this movie. It should have been like 30 or 45 minutes.
Well, I read on some trivia that Kuji said he got so into the character that he gave you that extra 5 just as fan base, like a shout out.
Oh, nice.
Because as
I
a
could
true-
see that.
Well, as a true
He
ninja,
was into the character.
as a true ninja, he only needed 10,
I'll take it.
and he showed us that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take it.
He
It's
threw a-
glorious.
he literally threw a shuriken into my heart.
He's a method actor.
It's the Kuji way.
The Kuji way. All right.
Yeah, well, that's all I
Hashtag Kuji
got.
way.
That's all I got. So a plane goes down. This guy's like, ah, and then he woke up in a box like Manborg.
Just like it.
What's in the
Woke up
box?
Nothing. It's just, a Mandroid. And this guy's just Mandroiding around. So we see this guy like Mandroiding back to some kind of base. And I don't know, there's a lot of weird stuff going on. It's like, hey, like one scientist is like, hey, you've done a good job. And
He's got a burn on his face.
yeah, he's not really fleshed out all too much because he's like trying to help this guy. He's like, you got to get out of here. He's like, what's going on? He's like, I don't know. Shh.
What was his name? Reed? It's not Reed.
Reeves.
Reese.
Yeah.
Reeves.
Like
With a
Reeves?
like Superman.
Yeah.
Oh,
Keanu.
Reeves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
God
Yeah.
damn it. I'll never. I'm fucked.
Well, there's
this
two
whole-
scientists. There's two
Yeah.
at the beginning. There's a good one and there's a bad one. And Reeves doesn't like this good guy going around. I'm going to call him Dr. Light for no reason. And Dr. Light's like, shh, dude, we got to get out of here. And he's like, I am not programmed to do stuff. He's like, nah, dude, it's cool, bro.
Well, that's because Reeves wants to kill Manborg.
Yeah.
He's like, you brought me my Roman shield. Now we can turn this shit off.
Yeah, so
That's all I needed.
yeah,
it for.
so Mike is noting like a bigger thing too, that Mandroid Eliminators come back from somewhere, and we find out very quickly this dude's time traveling, and it's really not brought up for most of the movie until the very end, but he's freaking time traveling, and we don't.
Well, he's not time travel. Well, Reese isn't. Reed-
No.
Reed.
The Mandroid is
Yeah, but why is he bringing back these artifacts?
to show that
Is
he
that
can
ever
time
explained?
travel.
Yeah.
It's to prove that he's going where he needs to go.
because he can't remember any of this. So he's like bringing trinkets. He's like, yeah, I was in the Roman era.
Yeah, some of it like kind of comes together at the end,
And
in
and
a stupid way.
And,
but yeah,
and again, Dr. Light, I'm going to put that in quotes for, again, no reason. Dr. Light's like, dude, bro, we got to get out of here. It's cool. Let's go like up the alley. He's like, that seems against my program. And he's like, no, it's cool. And then a bunch of lights go on, and for some reason, that doctor just dies. He's like, ugh.
I think he catches a stray bullet or something.
yeah.
It must have been something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
not before he equips him with his transit unit or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck he called that thing.
Yeah.
That was weird, man.
Was it?
That whole thing was weird.
With the
He
fucking
looked
tank
very
that they
weird in
strapped
that.
him to the front of. There was no better way to give him a vehicle. That was the only.
Yeah, couldn't they give him one of those 3-wheelers that the fat guy was riding on at the end of the
No.
movie?
Longer
No?
legs.
All
I don't know
right.
anything.
Yeah. Did he even need that thing?
No.
That was really weird.
He needed something to not
and he had to
hide
take
the
his
dunkel
legs
later.
off to get in it. That's
Yeah, that
weird
seems
too.
unnecessary. He could have
But-
just sat on it.
When he put it on later, he didn't need to take off his legs, so he didn't have to take off his legs. That
He
was
just,
a choice.
he just wanted to. Yeah.
Well, time traveling does a number on the femur.
Yeah.
That's what I found
That's
out.
I've heard that.
Yeah. Like the burbs. That's what you're going to find in your backyard. That's what this movie is. Just a crossover with Joe Dante's The Burbs. Welcome to 2025. Last year was the year of Dante for us. Go back, listen to one of our many episodes celebrating Joe Dante, which just seamlessly transitions well until Eliminators 1986.
Well, it takes
at
place in
that.
the same universe.
Yeah, I mean, sooner or later you got to eat my treads. That's what he was saying to everyone.
I remember him saying that.
Suckleberry the tread.
Suckleberry.
Wow.
I'll be your Suckleberry.
Yeah, those are the treads I can get behind.
Well, where's that T-shirt? Rabbit Troop sucks.
We-
I'll be your Suckleberry.
You just watched Tombstone, so I figured that was appropriate.
I did watch Tombstone. Ah, Val Kilmer. I'm still bummed at Val Kilmer's loss. One of my favorite lines Val Kilmer delivers as Doc Hollywood is all tangential to nothing, but Mike mentioned him. As Doc Hollywood in Tombstone, he is very sick throughout the movie. He's like going through tuberculosis like problems and compounding this with drinking and various other things. And some random dude is like kind of calls him out, and he's like, "You're so drunk, you're probably seeing double." And all of a sudden, like Doc Holliday pulls out 2 pistols. He's like, "All right, I have one for each of you." And that dude just like is out. Like, whoops, okay. Yeah, Val Kilmer, you're so good in that movie.
Yeah.
Just like Eliminators, 1986.
Yeah.
I bet
He
Val
should have
Kilmer
been in
watched it.
Eliminators.
You probably watched it.
Yeah.
That's what he based all his method acting on. Eliminators.
Yeah.
Man, I really wish I could have been in that movie. Strapped to a mobile unit.
He had to settle for Batman.
Yeah, he's like, if I waited and didn't do Real Genius in 85, it could have been in Eliminators 86.
I know.
Yeah. He's like, I could have been Harry Fontana.
What could have been?
It could have been
I wish that was a drink. Like you could go to a bar and order.
I told
Harry
everyone in
Fontana.
this room that's now my alter ego on the internet.
Yeah.
I am going to use everything as Harry Fontana.
Next time we're out, just order one. See what you get.
I do. I should
Yeah.
see what they give
He
me.
gets slapped in the face.
You have to
Get outta
order,
here.
You have to order it correctly. I want a deft Harry Fontana with a twist. Then they'll
There
know.
you go. Yeah, they will.
They leave for 20 minutes, come back with an onyx.
Oh, they'll come back and put you on a list.
Put you on a boat to
I
uncharted
want to be
Mexico.
on all the lists.
Yeah, a boat to where, Colin?
Uncharted Mexico.
Yeah, there you go.
The river that no one had been down before.
And that's where that drink brings you. You're like, I had one, and I woke up in a box.
Is the drink just like a
Yeah, I
half
woke
drink
up
bottle of
in
tequila?
a Mexican river with one less kidney.
Well, I mean, they politely don't charge you for a drink like that. I mean, there's an
It's
old
cultural.
saying. Well, there's a saying. It's one drink in one hand and the baseball bat in the other. So, good night, sweetheart.
Play ball.
Oh my gosh, it's getting windy.
Oh God, you gonna be all right?
I'll be fine.
Okay.
Until his equipment starts blowing
Yeah,
away.
if you see that microphone fly off.
Bundle up, little camper.
Yeah, we had a bonfire earlier. It was nice.
Is it still lit?
Was it of the vanities?
What?
He caught him off guard with that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's a no.
Eliminate.
I've been eliminated.
Well, now that we're past the first second of this movie, once the plane goes down, woo, whatever this guy's name is, he turns right into a Borg. And yeah, as we said, like now we're there, and now the Dr. Light is dead. He maybe got a stray bullet. And now Eliminator just needs to escape. People are like,
he
stop,
does, too.
Eliminator. Yeah, as noted by all of us in the room, there's this massive wooden door that he does not blow up with a rocket. He blows up a brick wall and goes through the side.
Would you say that his laser arm is a little pussy? I was expecting something better than those little tiny lasers
Well,
that came out.
it seems like if he hits, on the rare occasion that he hits someone with it, it works pretty well.
It seems
I guess
like
so,
That
but
little
I don't know.
laser arm
Like-
thing is like, it's not focused, and every attachment is just like a. It
Well, he's half
focuses.
human.
It makes it.
He
like-
makes mistakes.
Yeah, it gives him extra powers to blow through concrete, but not through locked doors, I guess. Yeah.
That's fair.
He can only blow through concrete without his legs on, though.
He's a very complicated man, Borg.
Yeah,
with
you
different
should never
attachments.
doubt how hard he could blow.
Yeah.
He blows hard.
It's true.
And you could quote him on that.
That's very true.
Is he keeping those
Very.
extra arms in his backpack? Is that what that thing was for?
It must be.
Yeah.
Because he just keeps reaching back there and pulling out new
Yeah.
stuff.
That's the only reason for that backpack is just to hold his attachments
You got a backpack full of arms.
Yeah.
and
Well,
legs.
he had 3 arms, right? Because he had laser arm, rocket arm, and for some reason, torpedo arm. Or,
He did have
yeah,
a
the torpedo.
or was that just
torpedo arm,
rocket
yeah.
arm held underwater?
Oh,
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
He had like a.
I like to go with
winch arm.
torpedo arm. It makes it more exciting to
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
a movie.
Yeah.
He could use it on more people.
Very specific, though.
Yeah.
You're probably not going to need that very often, I wouldn't think.
He needed it twice.
The torpedo?
Yeah.
He used it twice?
Blew up a wall and he used it
the wall
as a
and
torpedo.
used
Well, I was positing that was rocket arm versus torpedo arm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Nope, he got
He's
us all. It's the
more
same arm.
Jesus.
Those arms pack down pretty compactly, so you fit a lot.
Who knows what kind of arms he has that he didn't even use?
Or
I know.
Or other things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would he use those other arms for?
Robot things.
You know,
What kind of robot?
like the fleshlight arm.
He would.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if I was actually to quote Astron 6, who created Manborg, I would just say, see you laser.
That's right.
Thank you.
Wow.
Good night, everybody.
No,
Yeah.
there's don't do that.
I'm just curious about the other arms, but yeah, an Armin, he will go. He just
We shouldn't be.
well, he now he's hell bent on finding the doctor that essentially created him.
Yeah.
That's what? No, that's Colonel Harry. Colonel, where's? It's the girl.
Lieutenant
Nora-
Tashi Yar.
Nora.
Nora Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nora.
Whatever.
Yeah, he's going to find her. Well, he doesn't know who she is. He's like, I just need to find her
He just
or
has.
this person.
He knows that name for some reason.
Well, I have a question about this too. So he is in Mexico. He blows through a brick wall.
Yeah.
See, Mexican.
And then he deposits his little like wheelie things in like a scrub brush.
I think he
covers it up.
yeah, just like the
And then
DeLorean.
and then from there he goes all the way to the United
Yeah.
States.
All right.
And
Probably.
he finds this lady in like a lab, and he's like, "Hey, I just wanted to tell you that this guy's doing weird things with your science. All right, I'll see you.
Yeah.
Well,
And then he goes back to fucking Mexico.
Yeah,
No,
correct. Yeah.
I think he goes back, or I think when he meets her, he's taken aback. He's like, no, I'm looking for this person. She's like, that's me. He's like, well, you created me and all this shit's happening. She's like, I didn't know any of this. I think he went there more as vengeance, or like he maybe was going to kill her or something. But then she like quickly is like, oh my God, what's going on? He's like, we are friends. Let's do it. And he's like, let's go back. Let's go back to Mexico.
When he was leaving the compound, he got shot in the back of the head.
Oh yeah, she fixes him up.
It ruined
Did
his
he
memory.
not know
So-
how to use a phone?
No.
Well,
Yeah.
his memory was already kind of shit, but she was like, now you're using more of your human side. He's like, keep it that way.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that was part of the reason why he went to her, is because she was the only one who could help
Right.
him not be
Thrust.
Yeah.
It's also worth noting that when he sneaks into this lab, he's wearing a fedora and a trash bag.
Yeah, I know. My notes are he is now dressed like Darkman.
He is dressed like Darkman. That's his big disguise.
That was my favorite. Oh my God, his disguises.
It's on par with a Raphael going to see a movie in Ninja Turtles. Like what?
The hat is very ill-fitting. It's like small for his head.
And like
too.
off to the side.
It looks
Fucking
terrible.
laser eye, dude.
Yeah, that was the
metal.
look. That was the look right there.
What?
It's all fine. It worked. It's not stupid if it works.
See a laser.
He
I
obviously
mean,
didn't
it got
get
him
caught. It
from
wasn't in the
Mexico
movie.
to wherever the hell he is now in the United States.
Yeah, what was? I mean, he
You
just
know?
walked, man.
Yeah.
He's a robot.
Well, they're not checking passports at the border at this time.
He just walked
It's
around.
86, baby. Things are loose.
He dug a tunnel. He could do whatever. He's a robot.
Right.
Yeah.
He's a man board.
He was behind a clay wall like the Predator.
He knows there is no heaven.
Yeah, I told you. He knew.
Hey, bro.
Yeah, well, now he's with Nora, and Nora comes up with a plan that,
They got to go back to Mexico.
they got to go back to Mexico, and they're going to go to like an island and find out where like all of this stuff is happening. I don't
Right.
really know why, but
No, she thinks if they investigate the plane crash,
yeah,
something will like jog his memory, maybe.
yeah, it doesn't.
No, it sure doesn't.
No, I mean, I guess kind of in one area it does, but like almost so inconsequential to the plot or what's going on that like
Or the
Well-
picture of his wife and kid that he like loses immediately.
Yeah.
And doesn't care about.
Well, part of it too is like he's like, oh, well, I was in a plane crash and I woke up and then I just looked like this. So they're implying that like his secret base where he did the work on Mandroid is nearby.
yeah.
So if they find the plane crash, they find
Right.
the base. So it's not necessarily like
There
a
you go.
memory jogging thing. It's
Okay.
a find the secret base thing.
Sure.
Such a loose.
Were they just hoping someone would crash
Yes.
a plane nearby to their secret base? Or?
I have a thought on this now.
Okay, yeah, let's
Okay.
hear it.
Oh, here we go.
So you were talking about how maybe this plane was part of the time travel experiments.
Okay.
So they like opened up a time travel portal. He flies through and crashes in modern day Mexico.
That seems probable now that you're saying this. Stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Paul, didn't you and I watch a movie where there was like a pilot that was time traveling? Does that ring a bell?
There's an Amazing Stories episode that's
Yeah, I was just
modern.
about
Yeah.
to say it sounds
Maybe
just
that's what
like
it was.
that.
Is that where the wheels get big and orange?
There is that, but
Yeah.
there is a modern, like in the last 5 years, Amazing Stories was rebooted, and there's a pilot that travels through time.
No,
like
this was an older movie.
I mean, I feel there is something. Like I feel once we end recording, I'm like, yeah, it was this thing. There is something. I feel, Mike, that yes, you are telling me that. Is it the Mel Gibson movie?
Braveheart.
What was that movie?
Man Without a Face. Mel Gibson movie.
It's like a Mel Gibson, Timeless,
Mad Max.
Fearless,
What Women Want.
Wolverine.
Let's stop this right
Are you
now.
just listing Mel Gibson movies? I like it, but I don't.
Okay.
Machete 2.
Oh, classic cinema.
No, actually, Colin, I like that theory. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it ties a lot of things together. If
Yeah.
you're thinking
Yeah,
about
so
it.
they
Colin.
yeah, that like honestly like all jokes aside, it seems like that's the probable thing. I just never pieced that together because it's so weird. So, yeah, they basically I assume now created a portal and basically Venus flytrapped this dude in. And then they're like, I don't know, like we basically sucked this guy out of time. We're just going to experiment willy-nilly on him and they create a Manborg.
Yeah, they went from suck to blow.
Yeah.
And
Colin, I want to know what your theory is on why this base has hired Alabama moonshiners to go.
Well, they're in uncharted Mexico. You kind of got to take what you can get. That's all I got.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I feel like that's immigration reversed, you know?
Yeah. You think he imported the best Alabama had to offer?
Yeah. Yeah, like I was waiting for like the Dukes of Hazzard car to come fucking rolling in.
Those tricycles were pretty rad. They pretty much did the work.
They were, dude. They brought those with them from Alabama.
The
let me
laser
tell you, in
resistant
86.
tricycles.
That was the main mode of transportation. in
Jeremy,
that
I think
state.
the job description probably sold itself. It's like, you will get a one-way paid ticket to this island. We'll pay for it one way. You're going to get served some slop. You're going to get served some suds. But you're going to have to go kill some people, and that's where we're at. And they're like, yeehaw.
Yeah.
Yeehaw.
No, I completely agree with them.
They're like,
Yeah.
you bring your daddy.
Like, we
did.
get to fight.
And
We
they
get to
did.
fight man board? All right.
They weren't ready for that. They didn't sign up for that. See, that's the other side of this movie.
Yeah.
Like, they just wanted a job. They just wanted a meal. They were willing to work hard. Till son of bitch metal man came in. Run, daddy, run. I don't have an arm. He's got 3. Oh, shit.
That's a better movie than this.
He's been eliminated.
Wow, you just set it up.
Oh, daddy, no.
Damn.
Or maybe all of the henchmen are the children of the henchmen that he killed when he left 20 minutes ago.
I call them the children of the grit.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh my god, dude.
So in this genius plan, Nora's like, okay, well, Manborg is now in another disguise. He's in like Coco Cabana wear. He's like in his Tommy Bahama wear. Like he's
And
now
he's got like bandages over his eye
Yeah,
now. I
like
think he learned. He's a learning machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine if like a robot had leprosy. You would bandage him like this. And now he's on an island. And Nora's like, well, we're going to need to get a guide in a boat. And so she goes into this bar and she basically is like, hey, I need like the best, riverboat guide that there is. And this one woman's like, well, you're pretty much looking at her. And she's like, well, I need someone who could like deal with this boat, and we've got to get to some uncharted areas. So you got to be tough. And everyone's like, tough? And then everyone just starts to get into a brawl, except for Harry goddamn Fontana.
He's hiding behind the bar, eating olives, smoking cigarettes.
Eating olives.
This is guy sitting in the background.
Well, he's
Smoking
hungry,
cigarettes.
man.
Yeah, he's worked
Yeah.
up an
There's
appetite.
no fish in that river.
Yeah.
No.
Put little olives on his hand, like little witch hands, like, oh, gotcha. Yeah. Wow.
There you go.
Time Chasers.
Boom.
That's right.
Time Chasers.
We have seen Time Chasers. Well, maybe we'll be back with Time
Yeah,
Chasers.
I'd watch Time
What
Chasers.
phone do you have? It's so heavy.
It's a iPhone, whatever the new one is.
Oh, it looks nice.
The 16 Pro.
Oh no, sorry. This is a 15.
It had the heft like you
God,
could beat a
Mike.
man with it.
That's what I do.
That's what it's for.
I've been beating guys off with.
It's
With
that
both
beaten
phones.
phone.
Well, yeah.
Man beating phones.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so everyone's brawling.
Yeah,
except
everyone's
for Fontana. Fontana.
Oh, Fontana, he's hanging out. He's
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Betty.
Backwater Betty.
Betty, yeah, Backwater Betty.
That's not what it is.
So she is definitely an Alabama moonshiner,
Yeah.
but she knows how to drive a boat real well. I'll tell you that.
Not that well.
No, not that well. There's like, what is that? This is Mexico, dude. What
Right.
are these people here for?
To
What
give
are
boat
they
tours.
doing?
Yeah.
Boat tours. It's self-explanatory.
This is a whole village of boat tour.
Yeah.
They need the biggest, roughest, toughest boat tour.
And you know what?
out there.
You could bring your
Why
daddy.
Why couldn't they have just done the backwoods of Mississippi? You know?
They were asked to leave.
You know what?
Yeah, that's how bad they are. They were asked and somewhat escorted off the premises.
All right,
It's-
I get that.
They would have left,
This
but they
is-
didn't have a map because it's uncharted Mexico.
That's true. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Uncharted Mexico. All
This
right.
whole group of Gator Lube right here congregates for boat tours. People come in They come for the sandwich. They stay for the boat tour.
What kind of sandwich is it?
Crawdad.
Crawdad.
Yeah, okay.
Po' boy.
The Mexican crawdad po' boy.
Senor Po' boy.
Oh, yeah, that was her name, Bayou Betty.
Bayou Betty.
Hey, Bayou backwater,
Yes.
whatever. It's all good.
The po' boy, Mike, that they ordered is the Little De Niro Nino. So that's what you got to order.
Okay.
Little De Niro Nino.
Nino.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Well, you should Google that and then type in XX.
I'm not gonna do that.
Little De Niro XXX.
Oh wow. Is that like porn star Robert De Niro midget lookalikes?
Maybe. Well, I'm on your Wi-Fi, so
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, do it, Mike.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a brawl, and then
Oh, yeah.
Fontana walks out unscathed and was like, "I'm your bad boy."
He's the
Let's go.
smart guy. He waits for everybody to beat the shit out of each other, and then he hops up and just hits the last standing guy or gal, who is Betty, over the head with a bottle, and is like, "Yeah, I'm the last one. I'm the roughest, toughest guy in this bar."
I do like Nora during all of this because she's outside and she immediately leaves during the brawl. And almost as an audience member, you kind of get the sense that she's like, oh my God, this is too much, and leaves. But not at all. She goes
No,
outside.
she's just waiting.
Yeah, she's just waiting, like, who's the last person standing? And even a dude's, like, thrown through glass, like, everything shatters, and that guy looks up at her and passes out, and she just kind of nods, like, well, that's not the guy for me.
That guy's a big pussy.
Yeah, so, but Fontana takes out Bayou Betty and then walks out and is like, hey, and she's like, okay, you're hired. Then...
He has a nice boat too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Manborg rolls up, and he's like, whoa, who's this other person? Who's this tall drink of Manborg water?
Who's this dark man?
Who's this tall drink of oil? And she's like, well, you said no questions, and we're going down these uncharted routes. And he's like, well, it's going to cost you a C note. I'm like, $100? Like,
Yeah. Okay. Okay, bro.
It's 86, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, she
$100
seems,
goes a long way in Mexico.
well, she seems like also like, all right, like, want a Snickers bar too? Like, I'll
Just
throw
some
that in
extra
for free,
money.
bro.
Yeah. Also, not only did he say no questions, it's also
The name of his boat.
it's the name of his boat, and it's embroidered onto the back of his shirt.
Yeah.
And he's immediately full of questions.
Yeah, he's
Like, who
all
are you?
questions.
What's going on here?
Yeah. I told all these guys, yeah, so his boat's titled in very big lettering, no questions. I am sure that there are many stories of just the police pulling him over, asking many questions. I told everyone in the room, I was like, my boat would just be called Drug Mule. They would never know.
There's no police on this river that they're going on.
No.
Yeah.
Only white moonshiners that
They are the police.
were brought in.
That's the
Yeah.
Harry Fontana way.
That's true.
He has a little song about it. Oh, come along, be tuggin', rolling up the river, muggin'. Harry Fontana and friends for you. And it goes on.
That seems like
It's
an angel.
unnecessary.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say. Harry Fontana, tugging in one hand, mugging in the other.
Yeah.
That's a two-hand job.
That's a tug and mug.
That's why he has all those extra arms back there.
Yeah.
That's
well,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
tugging
the
and mugging.
Eliminator. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The between the bar brawl and the river chase that had no consequence in this movie, this is like a third of the movie.
Actually, yeah, this really
I like how a little pool of fire in the middle of the river. They're like, we can't get by that.
No.
Harry Fontana is an interesting character. He's not a man about doing things. He's a man about observing things and collecting your money and maybe leaving and then coming back for some weird reason.
And not asking questions.
He's like the Han Solo that the 80s needed.
Oh god.
He is that. He's the Han Solo that not the one we needed, but the one we deserve.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, later we get the whole crew. Spot is like a Wookiee.
Spot, we haven't mentioned yet, is a flying robot that travels with whatever her name is.
Nora.
Does he turn into like pure energy to fly? I don't understand that.
No, she explained it, but it wasn't real and it didn't make sense.
Pure
Yeah.
energy.
Yeah.
Something
That's
transference.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pure energy.
Wasn't there a song in the 80s with pure energy?
Information Society.
Dun, 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 dun,
That's
dun,
not
dun.
it. That's Salt and Pepper.
Ooh,
Wow.
baby.
Yeah. Information Society. Yeah.
Yeah, verbatim.
I want to know what you're thinking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not Salt and Pepper. Not pushing it.
Oh, shit. That's what Manborg was doing.
So we haven't even been introduced to Kuji, who will soon appear. But yeah, there is this other little robot, and damn it, he is my favorite character outside of Kuji in this. If this whole movie was Kuji and Spot, oh my god, it could be
That's
a
the
graphic
sequel.
novel.
Yeah.
It could be everything. It could be an animated series. It could be the wet dream of you, Jeremy. Tonight,
Wow.
Yeah.
you're gonna
Like
wake up.
Kuji eruption.
Wake up, tell your wife, I need to go smoke a cigarette because that dream just rocked my goddamn world. Flip the whole bed over, break a lamp,
Yeah.
throw
You
the
know?
dresser out the window.
Bedlam.
Kids, get up.
Bedlam. We're getting in the car, guys.
We're going to the laundromat.
We don't know where we're going.
I need industrial grade cleaning.
Right now. Hose me down.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Then
What
they
a
all wake up in
fantastic
Mexico.
podcast.
Yeah, I mean, it's fantasy oriented.
It is.
So yeah, this little robot does, like, I think maybe is a good time to mention it. Its name's Spot. It kind of looks like a glowworm and a tick, and then in combat mode, it's so damn adorable. And it loves Eliminator. Eliminator has a sour face 99% of the movie. Eliminator looks at you like he just smelled that you just pooed on his shoes. He's like, meh. But later I see Eliminator smile, and it's when he bonds with Spot. At first he's like, man, Spot. Because Spot kind of disappears. And it's like, oh, he's going to survey the land and set out signals. I don't really know what it does. Like, it comes back and forth, but damn it, I
It's
love
getting
this.
high, Paul.
Yeah,
It's yeah.
Oh, it's
going to
getting
the back of
real
the
high.
Shoney's, and it's fucking smoking.
she sends
crack.
it out on survey missions.
Mike was texting me that it was doing rails off his ding dong.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Oh, there's Spot again.
Yeah. He called it a Shoney's brunch, but I didn't know what that meant at the time.
Oh my god,
Wait, is
Mike, you got to take over now.
Is Shoney's a real place?
Yes, it is.
Oh my god. Okay.
Paul's gone. All right.
All right. Who's in charge?
We're
here?
taking Mike to Shoney's.
What is it like?
Dick Pony World.
Is it like Denny's?
Oh, Mike, you don't even know. This guy's gonna hit up the ice cream
Have you
bar.
never heard of a Shoney's, Mike?
No.
I also
Really?
heard of it. What the fuck? Are you
Yeah.
doing?
What the fuck is the
I don't
Shoney's?
think we have it here.
You can get a
but it's-
fucking breakfast burrito and a tug job, dude. At a Shoney's.
This sounds great. Can we franchise one and bring it
You
here?
didn't know the
Yeah.
Shoney state?
I mean, a breakfast burrito and a hand job. You're just kind of talking about like good times on Colfax.
Yeah. Well, we used to call that the 6 a.m. Bob Evans, but it turned into the Shoney's real quick.
But like real
Rip off
talk,
the grime, and you're gonna see Shoney's.
is Shoney's like a Bob Evans? Is
Oh,
it?
no.
No. What it
More like a,
Alright, that's
You don't need, you
Someone
don't
explain
need
this.
to know what Shoney's is.
is it a restaurant? Is it like 7-Eleven? Is it a guy?
no.
It's a family dining restaurant
Yeah.
in fucking Nashville, Tennessee.
Shoney McWalton.
Okay.
It is I, John Shoney. It is I, Kuji Shoney.
Here's your burrito. Unzip your pants.
Burrito with one and a tug in the other.
not in that order.
Well, you have to save up enough points to get that.
I see.
That's why they call it the backdoor Bob Evans. That becomes a little different. You go play their little egg machine up front. You're like, look, I want a little toy, and they're like, Tuggy.
Okay.
All right, Russell.
We're gonna get a Cracker Barrel. We finally did it.
I thought there was one.
There are. We already have Cracker Barrels.
We're never going beyond this.
Let's get.
Are we getting one in Denver proper?
Yeah, I think it's Denver proper.
Oh, okay. Okay. Shit.
I won't have to like drive up I-25 for 30 minutes to get to one.
I mean, have you been doing that to begin with?
No, Cracker Barrel fucking sucks.
You don't want their table cheese and tchotchkes?
No. I don't.
Fuck.
Or their fried pork?
Well,
Fried pork.
only if I can
Porklands.
solve a puzzle with like golf tees and a little pegboard.
Well, that's where Jeremy's going. That's the pork and tug.
I see.
Yeah, the pork and tug.
Okay.
Yeah.
Backwater Betty or whatever.
Bayou
Yeah.
Betty.
Bayou Betty.
That's all right. You can call her.
Because
But,
her plan is if she can catch up with them and kill one of them, she'll get the contract.
Yeah, if she kills
The contract
Fontana,
to
she-
what?
Yeah. Well, like the river, to take them up the river.
Right.
She's like, if we catch them and destroy the boat and kill Fontana,
Then Nora.
then Nora will be like, oh, great.
Yeah,
you're
I'll
next
pa-
in line.
Yeah, I'll pay you.
That seems reasonable.
This all seems like over like a couple $100. I mean,
Yeah.
What one?
She could really use
Well,
it,
Bayou Betty is unaware that like the C note was offered, so like
That's true.
This might be for like $100.
Bayou Betty is
Right.
also taking a liking to Nora. As soon as she walked into the bar, you see it in her eyes.
Yeah,
like,
she
Oh,
likes
yeah.
what she's
Yeah.
got.
I mean, she would take her to Cracker Barrel for some table,
Oh yeah, she
table
would
cheese
crack.
and chocolate.
For
She would
sure,
crack her
dude.
barrel. All right.
Extra ketchup on her hash browns.
Wow.
I don't understand.
Well,
Well,
I don't know.
Okay.
I'll play out later.
Where are the
I'm
grits?
sorry. Yeah. Shrimp and grits.
Smothered and covered.
Isn't that Waffle House?
Get that Cracker Barrel too. I don't
This
care.
has gone off.
Back
the
well,
rails.
well, and Backwoods Betty, she has more than one boat.
You said
She has a
Backwoods
couple
Betty?
of these
Bayou
little
Betty?
like fucking stunt boats.
Yeah, she's got, like, a
they're
fleet.
stunt boating around.
Yeah.
And this guy, he's like, you know what? I got a barrel of an explosive chemical on board. Why not throw that in the water and shoot it from fucking 100 yards away
he-
with a handgun?
He does.
He throws
does
this thing
that.
in the water. He is 3 miles ahead of them at this point, and he's just standing there pointing his gun at it. The people chasing him preemptively just jump off their boats. They're like, "Oh no!"
They easily
Before
just
the
run around.
explosion.
There's they had plenty of time to react to this.
Yeah.
They've done this before.
And then the explosion. The explosion happens, and Backwoods Betty is like, we gotta go. We gotta get away from this
Yeah.
this small fireball in the middle of a river.
Well, then, well, eventually he calls them over and just like does away with their boats, and then we get the other guy and his like hillbilly member, and they're like they go up to her. They're like, "Where do these guys go?" And she's like, "Oh, like I need help." He's like, "Yeah, of course." And they're like, "They're over there," and he's like, "Well, you're gonna die." And so Bayou Betty and her assistant swim off, and this other guy.
Oh, these are Reeves henchmen. Yeah.
Reeves henchmen then like try to go for Fontana.
Right, and they try to ram his boat with their much smaller boat.
Yeah, so like he gets away for a moment and kind of goes up this river and goes into this little like alcove.
And pretends he's stuck.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
so
he Macaulay Culkin, you know.
What did he do?
he cocked him.
he
Macaulay cocked him.
Macaulay Culkin.
Don't look that up on the internet. That's everything I thought it was. Everything. It is everything I just thought it was.
He laid a trap.
That was a cock job and a half.
Wow. What degree of stock is that?
I don't know. He's got a 4-inch hawk.
Oh, man. It's hawk
Full
stock.
hawk.
Turn that hawk into a little white dove. Well, that's the power. The power of love.
It's the way of John Woo.
Yeah.
It's one love.
Or turtle dove.
No turtle.
No, there's no turtle doves. Those turtle doves are burning in hell.
Yeah, they are. He laid the trap good on this one.
Yeah, it worked. They're like, ram him.
He looked like he was stuck. He's like, oh no! And they ran, and he ran, and
then-
behind them were some rocks, and they hit
Yeah.
the rocks and upended themselves, Dukes of
Yeah,
Hazzard
I
style.
love this scene because these two guys, like the guy in charge is like, oh my God, you let the boat go, you idiot. And for a second, like what you're shown is the boat is going behind them. And I was like, oh, like your boat is going like half a mile an hour. You could catch it. But then they like do another camera angle and it's going way fast and just explodes into a
Yeah,
rock.
I
And
like
was
that.
like, okay.
I mean, realistically, the thing they ended up hitting was way less bad than if they had just rammed into the boat.
Yeah, that's true.
But,
It was enough to just get the boat airborne if they were hitting it at a high speed.
yeah, they
I
hit like
think
a
that was the thing.
sandbar and just flew around.
Just like Air Bud.
Yeah, it's a Mexican river, dude. You just swim to the shore, do some cocaine, and fucking continue on your way.
9 feet deep. There.
Anyway,
Come on.
at this point, Fontana has been told to leave by what's her name in Manboard.
Fontana, banana, in a pajama.
Yeah, they're like camping, and they're like, for reasons that we're not going to explain, we need to go on foot without you. And they give him the like Harry and the Hendersons, you don't belong here speech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He skulks away on
He's
his
like, I
boat.
don't need you guys anyhow, dummies.
But
You're
then-
a bunch of dummies.
But then he Han Solos his way back.
He's like, I came
they
back for the
immediately-
gold, kid.
They immediately get lost in the woods. They're like, we don't know where we're going.
I love this. Yeah, because Mandroid is real tough about his game. He's like, we don't need you. And he's got that sour face. And Fontana's like, well, I want to be cut in. You took me this far. He's like, we don't need you. And so he leaves. And then literally Jeremy's right. Like the next scene, he's like, nope, we don't know where to go. And she's like, we'll send Spot out. He's like, well,
Yeah.
maybe. Like, hopefully that helps because we're shit lost.
That's what he said.
What's he
Translated.
Canadian? He's like,
Hey, he's like,
hey, Hoser, we're shit lost, man.
listen, you just put the curds on my fries, so that's what I'm saying here. Poutine, baby. They rolled right out of there, right on their little maple highway.
Oh God. Yeah.
You got the shirt on.
Yeah,
That's what I like. You know,
Mounties went a courting. Need a ride?
we're gonna reference everything.
Hey. Yeah, so they're not really lost. They kind of just walk around, and eventually Fontana finds them. Oh, well, I shouldn't say that. They get to the plane wreckage, and she's like, we found it. And he's like, I don't care.
Yeah. He's like, whatever, this sucks.
He's like, let's keep going. She's like, but the whole reason we're here is like to find this. And
Yeah, maybe there's
This
a
is
clue.
the dumbest
maybe
fucking scene.
You didn't like the
in
Tashi
entire
our wet
movie,
t-shirt
dude.
contest scene?
I also like that they find this plane and it's like totally sealed shut. I was like, well, then how do they get the guy out of this to begin with?
Yeah.
So this is
And
like,
she swims in, doesn't she?
Yeah.
And then she's like in the cockpit,
But she-
and she's like, I'm drowning.
but she can't get
There's
out.
no water.
She can't get out because the 1 foot branch like fell down behind her.
There's a tiny stick blocking the entrance.
Yeah, so Fontana rolls up and Mandroid is trying to like hoist her out with his like hook apparatus.
Yeah, it was
He's
a
like-
hook arm. He
he's
has
like-
that's a fourth
Yeah,
one.
wind charm. Yeah.
he's like, I'm not strong enough. And Fontana rolls up. He's like, I'll get you out, but you got to cut me in. She's like, fine, I'll give you a third of the treasure, which there's not really a treasure or who knows. And he's like, okay, later he's like, I would have done it for 10. But he then removes a 1 foot branch that Laserface could have easily shot off. But he
Or
doesn't.
done anything else to.
He was wenching. He was wenching with his pants down.
That was his go-to move. Something stuck. I
So
pull it out my
stupid, dude.
pants and winch.
Yeah. Wenching the night away.
Fucking.
We did get to
Mandroid.
see some supple side boob though, and I was excited about that.
This movie was PG, really bordering it.
Yeah.
Well, she gets out and immediately is like, I now need to change my shirt. And Fontana's like, doinks. Like his tongue just fell out of his mouth. Like a lunatic.
Like the mask.
Yeah. And you have to roll it back in. And so he's like, all right, we're together. And that's where we find out some Eliminators gumption. We're really forming the team, like the goddamn A-team right here. Like you just didn't expect it. So they kind of go off on separate ways too. And during this time, Fontana and Nora are in the boat and they go through what was supposed to be deeper water and the boat's now kind of shorting out. But the side story is Eliminator Mandroid teams up with Spot. And hey, you know who they find? They find a goddamn ninja just in the woods. And he's like, who
That
are
happens
you?
in
And he's
Mexico.
like, I've been tracking you down. And this guy, Kuji, is cooking a fish bare-fisted over a flame. You seem tense, bro. He doesn't flinch at all. Kuji, man about town. We are forming the Eliminators left and right. Like, did you think this crew would assemble this way? You
No.
didn't. You didn't.
Wait, did we mention they got split up because Manborg fell off the boat and they just left him?
I didn't. I said they split up. But yeah, he fell off. But they may or may not think he's dead. He's cool. He's fine.
Yeah.
He's with Spot. And now
Well, like he's made out of metal. He probably sunk.
Yeah.
So
I
let's
do
just
like-
continue on our way.
I do like the tension when Manborg, if you will, and Kuji meet each other and they're just kind of having a standoff. Like, what are you? And he's like, I'm a ninja. He didn't say this, but
he
we
should.
know.
We thought it.
It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And the whole time, Manborg has a like gun on him, and Kuji's just like, I'm just here to find that guy and kill him. Maybe we have the same same goals.
You know Reeves? I've been tracking you down as a ninja.
It was just
Well,
like
yeah.
that.
So this is Tanaka's son. Did I say it right, Colin?
No, you had it right originally. It's Takata. I was just fucking with you.
Takata's.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Takata's son. Yeah, he came
Don't
into
mess
the
with him.
fucking the uncharted Mexican wilderness with a samurai sword and nunchucks.
That's
And
all
a
you
few
need.
shurikens.
The guy's
all
cooking
you
a
need.
fish with his bare hand. I think he's doing okay.
Yeah, he's fine.
He has something attached to his hand where he caught the fish. I couldn't see what it was, but it was pretty
his
cool. It's
hand.
one hand.
Nope, just his hand.
I could have sworn it was like a knife attached to like a wristband. I gotta watch this movie again. And
Did
see
he have like
it.
the Assassin's
It looked
Creed
like-
thing?
That would have been cool.
He had an ID bracelet. It was silver. It said Kuji. His mom gave it to him.
Right, his blood type and stuff.
He's awesome. But they're joining forces to go find Reeves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So while that meetup is happening on the other side of the river, Fontana and Tasha Yar get captured by cavemen.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
It's like the land before. The
Yeah,
Neanderthal.
Will Ferrell is
land
their
before
leader.
time. No, that's the
Land of the
dinosaur.
Land of
Land
the
of the
Lost.
Lost. Land of the Lost. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some slee stacks rolling around.
Danny McBride isn't happy about any of this.
No,
No, he is not.
that movie's great, by the way.
We could do that movie
It is.
anytime.
I would love
anytime.
to.
Yeah, it is great. So good.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, they are attacked by cavemen.
Yeah.
Again, uncharted Mexico, guys.
Kind of horny
Right?
cavemen. The
Enough
lead caveman.
enough
like,
cocaine. Anybody's a caveman.
That's true.
They were only there for those were tourists that were only lost there for like 3 days. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
They just aged hard.
They call
Yeah,
them.
they had the Tijuana burrito.
Oh
and
yeah,
they got
well,
lost in the
Jeremy,
forest.
those are called black tar tourists. So
right.
Wow. Okay.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is like a Shoney situation. They got the burrito and the handy.
Yeah.
And now they're
Yeah.
just,
now you're at the ice cream bar.
Yeah.
Wait,
Real-
did
You just saw
real talk. Did
you saw a
Shoney's
little
have an ice
back
cream bar?
Shoney's used to have an ice cream bar.
little behind the scenes of Shoney's in this Mexican forest here.
This is what happens in the show.
Yeah.
This leads
Yeah,
to
you
the
go behind
beginning
the
of
curtain.
Snakes on a Plane, where that guy witnesses the murder. This is where like the lawyer's taken to the woods, and then he like drives off into the jungles.
That is just a shame.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Then you wear a tunic to show how bad you are. Come on, he's in a tunic.
There's a scene before this scene with Reeves that I want to talk about because
Oh yeah, Lamar.
You're saying behind the scenes?
and behind the Reeves and behind the scenes,
I don't want to be behind the Reeves.
his two henchmen roll up and Reeves is like, "So what's going on there?"
Is this when he's building his Mega Man glove?
Yes, he's sitting there working on his glove. It's pretty awesome. He's just and he gets a nice close up of his face.
Well, while you're doing this, I'll send Jeremy the picture that we'll be using for this.
There's a
Is
nice
it the one where he has
Jeremy, don't
Right,
say
easy. Did he say it? Okay.
I mean, it's not by the anyone
It's right
listening
out
to
of
this has
fucking,
already seen the
Spaceballs,
picture.
dude.
That's true.
Yeah.
Reeves is checking up on their progress, and he's not happy with what they're doing, and he's using his new glove to just shock
Shaka
him.
Zulu.
Shock him.
He loves the power glove.
He's like Emperor Palpatine. He's come on, and he's getting his little shock on these guys.
And he said it like all pompous. He's like, so be it, Jedi.
Really are, man.
So Shoney's
I
is
just
like
wanted
a
to bring it.
dentist. I just Googled this.
I just wanted to bring in that scene before we went on.
Yeah,
And
no,
yeah,
that's-
it is. It's a bigger Denny's.
Okay.
It's a Benny's.
It is also the RTS sponsor for tonight's episode.
Yeah.
Seafood buffet.
You
Yeah.
can get a lot of stuff. At
Mike, the seafood buffet is the working man's enema. So
Also, the guys that are the henchmen in this movie are also the people catching the seafood at Shoney's.
They look like
Yeah.
the backwater fishermen.
they're the people in charge of cleaning those fish. If that helps you.
This looks absolutely horrifying.
How dare you judge?
It sounds like you're gonna head over to Shoney's soon.
Yeah.
Looks
Very
like this
upset
guy
with you,
needs a
Mike.
big old bowl of ice cream.
I could eat it. I could eat some ice cream.
Yeah, after Shoney's. You don't get any dessert until you eat your Shoney's.
Rick and Morty. That's why I know Shoney's.
They mentioned Shoney's.
You don't get any pudding unless you eat your Shoney's.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
This is ridiculous.
We're blowing Mike's world.
Yeah.
Mike's gonna go on a restaurant chain, man. Let's get him to like Bob's Big Boy. We'll get him to Bob Evans.
Yeah. As soon as this podcast is over, I'm getting in my car and I'm just driving until I hit a Shoney's.
Hey, don't forget to bring cash.
Hey,
got
when
cash.
Jeremy and I were in high school, the big problem with restaurants was like Jack in the Box killed like 3 people. So there's Jack in the Box.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Jack
Wait,
in the
does
Box.
Shoney's only take cash or do you need cash for the handy?
No, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, they take IOUs.
Okay.
Credit cards are for inside Shoney's.
Yeah.
Cash is for outside.
I see.
I don't think anyone there is able to access a credit card. So
Colin is disgusted by this conversation.
Colin's booking a hotel right now. Colin's going to be in your neck of the woods within 24 hours.
Yeah, I just booked a cross country tour.
He-
I'm racking up those hotel.
We're gonna hit every Shoney's in the
Yeah,
country.
the best Shoney's in the United States.
If you look at Colin's phone right now, he's texting his wife and it just says, pack a bag, baby, dickpony.com. And there's a lot.
Yeah.
And hashtag a tuggin' we will go. Yeah, well,
Okay. Where are we in this fucking movie?
we're at the hand sanitizer part where you,
Okay.
you gotta put that on.
Hey, you're going to need that after all the tugging.
The cavemen are sexually harassing Tasha Yar.
Oh yeah.
Ah, yeah.
And
As
Fontana.
a caveman would do, though.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
they throw some bullets in a fire like a true gambler would.
Yeah.
And everyone scatters and everyone's back. And then
That's true.
they shortly reunite with
We're only
Mandroid.
dealing with 90 minutes here,
and
guys.
Kuji rolls up and they're like, yeah, this is our friend. He's like, hey, I'm a ninja.
great.
And they're like, oh shit, like dope.
Yeah. Well, they get they get recaptured by cavemen, and then
Oh,
Kuji
yeah.
just kicks their
Yeah,
ass.
and Kuji
out of
comes to the
nowhere.
rescue.
So they're just totally fine with some stranger
I would be.
coming in. And
It's fine. In that situation, you've got to be fine with
Yeah,
it.
totally
yeah.
normal.
And I trust Kuji on site.
Yeah.
for sure.
He seems trustworthy.
Yeah, I mean, have you seen his fish hand? Strong. His fish hand is strong.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
So
God,
they
I hate the fishing.
yeah.
So now they're all
Oh, yeah, they
together.
go and find his battle suit that was hidden.
Yeah, they find his little tank thing.
That he hid away
Go back
behind
to the
two
And he
bushes.
did not take off his legs this time.
Nope.
No, he
Yeah, it's
just
not
got
about
into
that.
it.
Yeah,
He just got in it.
Hop on in.
All
No
right.
time for
Well, that
that.
seems strange, dude. Why did he take off his legs the first
I'm sorry, the fucking writing in Eliminators wasn't top notch, Jeremy.
Everything wasn't checked. And then he has to brawl those henchmen. Everyone's in a vehicle now, and it's vehicle versus vehicle.
Yeah,
And what's crazy is Mandroid is like laser blasting these other guys, and they got like aluminum like mesh net shields.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
Absorbs
the
everything.
splash guard on like a frying pan.
Yeah, you shoot a rocket against that, no problem, it's fine. But then they take out some of these guys in the back.
Well,
Wasn't
Fontana has the bright idea to use a piece of metal
Yeah.
to reflect the laser right into that guy's butthole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I think Kuji takes out another guy.
Probably.
That was amazing, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who takes
God.
out the first guy?
Well,
That was like an
Hunter
18
takes
fucking
the
level
last one.
plane.
That's
right
right.
there.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, he sprayed the shield down with Pam first to reflect the shot
yeah.
perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Right up the pooper.
Fontana, he's an expert laser reflector.
Yeah, he did a great job.
Yeah.
And this whole time, so like Tasha Yar is a colonel in this too, so she's supposed to be kind of badass, and she doesn't do anything this whole goddamn movie.
Well, she does.
until this part.
She does fix like mechanical stuff. She
Yeah.
fixes like the boat and stuff like that.
But every time she gets in a fight, she like someone else jumps in and saves the day.
Yeah.
She doesn't beat the crap out of anybody.
She's like, my Star Trek days are behind me.
Yeah.
There's a scene earlier on where they're being mugged, and she delivers some kind of karate chops to some muggers. It's just briefly. Do you remember? This was really early in the movie. I think they're being robbed, and the guys, they're offering them like a upgrade on their car.
She jumps out of her truck.
She jumps out of the truck,
You're
gives
right,
them a
okay.
kick. That's
she
about
gets the guy
it.
right
That's
in the
it.
dick.
That's her only action scene. But outside of
Hey,
this,
dick kick.
so she's not built as the action hero or any action star at all in this.
But in this scene, she jumps off a boulder and tackles some guy. And
That's
pretty
good
awesome.
enough.
She does, man. Takes him right off his 3-wheeler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those things are dangerous, dude.
They
That's why
are,
they're
yeah.
outlawed now.
Yeah.
You could just be driving down, and all of a sudden Tasha Yar will
Yeah.
just drop kick you
Yeah.
off of it.
Yeah. That's why they're
Again,
outlawed. Too much
uncharted
Tashi Yar.
Mexico, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, problem solved.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, they take out these guys, but now the real problem is they've got to fight the true ultimate boss.
Yeah. Roman Emperor Robot Reeves.
Did he get younger? Like, what
Yeah.
happened to him? He had a burned up
cool,
face,
dude.
and then he comes out and he's like fucking 75 years
He
younger.
became cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he was vaping.
Don't ask how, but he did.
You got to vape yourself young. Isn't that like what they say?
So he vaped and
That is
armed
what TikTok says. Yes.
he vaped and armed himself in Roman gear, I guess is what it is.
Yeah. Because his plan is he's going to go back in time and rule Rome.
And vape tiger
That's right.
blood, apparently.
Yeah.
I
There is
assume
nothing better than having to like walk across the street to shit. And you want to rule that society, dude.
Yeah.
Jeremy, you don't shit there. You shit right in the aqueducts. Right.
That's
in
right.
there. Right in
Yeah,
there.
man. It
You look at
it just
you-
goes out into that Mexican river, man.
You look at all of society while you're doing it. You're like, You point to yourself and you raise your hands like a champion. And then you time warp out.
That's unfortunate.
You time warp to the next year when everyone died in that society.
Time for the time warp.
Society has died of dysentery.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they have to fight this boss of a man. He's
It's not
like,
really much of a fight. He kind of, he just fucks them all.
yeah, he's like, I'm bigger and strong. He's like, I'm double powered than you, Mandroid. And he blows off his arm immediately. And Mandroid's like, no, and replaces it with another arm. Sack
Yeah.
of arms.
He has a bag of arms.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's man of arms and He-Man.
I knew it.
He's also got a bag of dicks, but you don't see that.
you don't need to
No.
Swirl around.
That's a different movie.
Yeah.
Like a lasso. Looks at you right in the eye. Right in the eye.
Always eye contact.
Never break contact. Always look in the eye.
Well, he fucking kills Mandroid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eliminator's dead.
Yeah. And they just leave him there like, that sucks.
Kuji's like, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Real dead.
Oh, I tell you, man, he did.
He's like, Kuji actually goes over him. He's like, it's a big shame in my culture. He's super dead.
He is super dead. Wasn't
Yeah.
he fighting cavemen with nunchucks earlier?
He was.
Yes.
That's correct.
You broke out those nunchucks.
Yeah. They were made out of nunchucks.
Nunchucks made out of nunchucks to fuck up some Neanderthal cavemen. Deep.
Yeah, I don't
Fucking
think you can
deep.
fight a caveman with anything but nunchucks.
You fight them with the bones of cavemen. You fashion them
Yeah.
into nunchucks.
The
Bone
Neanderthals,
chucks.
they don't have the technology to fight against nunchucks.
Oh, a fellow chucker.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, totally right. Reeves just destroys. Eliminator's dead. Everyone's like, oh shit. So they run to this like computer console, and Nora's like, you know what? I might be able to do something about this.
Right. If I guess his password. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
So this guy like warps through time, and they're like, it's too late. She's like, well, he's kind of actively still traveling in time, and you see like a time counter going down. It's slowing down a little bit, and she's like, I've got to guess his password, and she does. Hey, good job. In the 80s, there's 3 passwords. Secret, love,
right.
sex, God.
Yeah.
Hacker's way. So she gets it, and she's like, wait a minute, it's still too late. And good old hopscotch himself, Fontana, pounds the computer with his fist, and it goes, and she's like, oh my God. And it sends him to like 450 BC. And then we see
million.
Oh yeah, million BC. And he crashes there, and for some reason his ship immediately just destroys itself. And he gets out and thinks he's happy that he's going to rule society, but he's stuck in the middle of nowhere.
He's just
gonna
like
die.
Doctor Doomed out here by himself.
Yeah, he was mad at Khan, so he shouted
Yeah.
at the
Right.
sky.
So then it pans back to the crew. They're at the computer, and they're about to talk about maybe finding treasure, the time traveling, the adventures that they had. They've just encountered Kuji, the loss of Eliminator. Like the crew is fractured, to be honest with you. Like the psychological trauma and damage they might endure. But a little romance is coming up, and we got kind of the wild smoke screen card of Kuji. I'm just getting the movie's over. The credits roll. Reeves is dead. They pan back and they're laughing at the council, and you think they're gonna say a bunch of shit. They do not, and the credits just roll. Lamar died on the inside. Well, I just immediately looked at Lamar, and he's like, "Wow, it's been a long time since something like this happened."
We watch movies with abrupt endings a lot, and this one it caught me off guard. Wow.
Yeah.
What can I say?
You can't say much.
I was left speechless, literally.
They eliminated you.
Yeah.
Well, before we get into our final overview of Eliminators 1986, a Charles Band production, let us always remind you that if you'd like to reach out to us, we are always available. We're here to hear your needs. Lay down on our Shea Lounge. Hear the soothing sounds of whales mating. Let us know your inner secrets. Reach out to us at rabbittroopsuckspodcast@gmail.com. We would love to hear about your movie inquiries, your thoughts, your lovely views. Always feel free to reach out to us and leave us a 5 out of 5 star wherever you're reaching out to us on any public domain or where we have streaming things, such as every podcast platform available. If you're listening to us in one area, feel free to jump to another. I like to use the app on my iPhone. A lot of people like to go to Amazon, YouTube, Spotify, various other places. If there's a place that has podcasts, we are there. We're also on Facebook. We are also on Instagram. Or you can go to our direct website, rabbittroopsucks.com. We also have pictures there. We have links to merchandise, links to some of our episodes, a bunch of cool stuff. So reach out to us in any way you see fit. Again, 5 out of 5 stars. We love you all with our ad-free podcast and all of our love. All of our love.
All of it.
Don't let it eliminate you.
Also,
It's all over you.
if you'd like to help us be an ad-full podcast, let us know. We'll take
We'll
take your money.
Send us money.
No. Yeah.
We like money. Jeremy, what are you thinking about? Eliminators 1986. On a scale of 9.5 to 10, how amazing was it for you?
So I really liked watching this movie. This movie is pure shit, but it's a great movie to watch with like friends, even by yourself. Maybe you've come across some mushrooms and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna enlighten myself and watch this movie alone.
Is there a scented candle for that situation?
Yeah, watch it purely for looking at this man in some kind of tank. Like he's like a mechanical monitor. I don't know. It was really weird. That was the weirdest part for me. I like this movie. It's terrible, but and I loved discussing it with you guys. I think this is a great episode. I'm outside. The air is fresh. It's beautiful. I'm
enjoying himself.
I got a goddamn camping lantern right
look at
here
that thing.
to light up my fucking face.
This guy's in his glamp studio.
That's right, dude.
So what you're saying
That's right.
is
if you're like one of those ice road truckers and you're like, what am I going to watch sitting out here on the ice? I have to sleep. I can only drive 8 hours a day. This is the movie for you. Wow. Find it. You won't be able to stream it, but I have a feeling that a little seal will pop up out of one of those air holes and give you a DVD copy, and you can watch in the cab of your truck. Enjoy.
Wow.
Colin, I don't know if you could follow that
I am still
sentence.
I'm still trying to process everything that just happened.
A lot to unpack.
Yeah.
What are you thinking about Eliminators? Did it eliminate the angst in your heart?
No. I for a movie with man-borgs and time travel and all of the science fiction stuff, I kind of actually wish that they took more time. I wish this movie was a little bit longer to just explain fucking anything. Because like at the beginning,
Do you though?
yeah, you're probably right. They tried to do so much at the beginning. Not only did they establish time travel, but they were trying to establish he was dead, but he's alive now. So is he like a robot or is he a human? And they kind of repeated that a couple times, but never went any farther than that.
It's just a story about love.
Yeah. It's not, no.
And friendship.
Yeah.
Like a lemonade.
Lamar, it's not about the killing.
It's about family.
Once in a lifetime, you make a friendship that lasts forever. Yeah. So I mean, it was kind of fun. I don't know. I'm like it's one of those ones where there's so much going on that you can totally overthink how stupid this fucking movie is, and try to make something more of it than it is. But don't do that.
This is gonna lead to like sleepless nights for Collin. He's gonna wake up like Eliminators.
Koji, why weren't you in it earlier? You could have saved so many days.
Lamar, what are you thinking of Eliminators?
I like this movie. It's part of our mid-'80s romp movies that we've been covering that we've been experimenting with. We don't know if we like it or not. We maybe have seen it once or twice. Bringing it back just to see how we feel about it. And for the first time seeing it, I like this movie. It's not good, but if longtime listeners know that we're not in it for just the good quality movies. We review movies that are long forgotten and maybe forgotten about movies to time. And this one I have never heard about. I'm glad I have now because I now know what inspired Manborg. This movie totally inspired Manborg.
You now know a person who owns this film.
I can't believe you own this film. I saw the DVD case.
A physical copy, nonetheless.
Not much more to add. Kuji, he's amazing. I mentioned the nunchucks. I totally forgot to mention the scene where he jumps through the turbine. I don't want to elaborate too much on it, but it's a cool scene where there's a turbine that, how are we going to get through it? And it shows a slow motion scene of him jumping through it as it's spinning. And it's really awesome. Just shows that he's a cool ass ninja.
Damn right, Kuji way.
The
acting of Denise Crosby, oh my goodness. I've seen her, I've grown up on Star Trek, so I'm familiar with Tasha Yar. My God.
That's her name.
That's all there is to it. She has one expression, and that is just some kind of, is this concerning? And that's the expression on her face the whole time. She can't act any other way. I'm sorry, but she's just, it's kind of unsettling. I don't know what it is. She's a very beautiful woman. There's a nice little
side boob.
Side boob. Get a wet t-shirt in there. This movie, I like it. I can't say anything more about it.
Mike, what are you thinking?
Yeah, this movie's great. The first time you and I watched this 10 plus years ago, I feel like I was probably pretty drunk. I'm not drunk at all tonight, surprisingly, and I still liked it. It's stupid. It's fun. It doesn't make any sense. Nothing is explained. But like the actors just kind of seem like they're enjoying themselves. And it's fun. Yeah. Watch it with people. Rami, watch it wherever you can.
Yeah, I agree. This movie is a lot of fun. I'm laughing because Mike's totally right. Like half of it doesn't make sense. The idea that time travel is even a component in this movie is such a fleeting thought. Why is this guy only goddamn going back to Rome? Who the hell knows? Like out of all the times, why do you keep going back to Rome, dude?
Like if you invented time travel, you don't have to do any of this other shit.
He clearly loves the gear. He's dressed up in it in the end. He's like, I'm just going for the Roman gear and that's it.
I know, man. Get over it. Like, go to the future, do some other stuff too. I don't know. That is so confusing. But that's part of the fun in all this. Yeah. Kuji is a ninja. He's in it, as noted by everyone, for 15 minutes. He's such a badass character. This dude totally destroys. I love Spot, the little robot. I love the fact that Eliminator is killed and they're like, oh shit, he's dead. Like, he is totally dead. There's no coming back. This movie's so wacky and bizarre. Totally love it. Again, yeah, as Mike noted, watch it with friends or not. Ideally enhanced with friends, but still a fun watch on your own. I had a lot of fun with this movie. It's crazy that I own it and bought it so many years ago, but yeah, track it down, have fun with this one. Coming up next, we're going back to 90s. 1996, Dennis Hopper, Space Truckers. Super bizarre film. I know I've seen this with Mike. Lamar, have you watched this with us at some point?
I think I have.
Okay. Colin has said he has not seen it, and Jeremy, you have?
I have seen it one time in my life.
Keep trucking,
I don't
friend.
know when, but I have seen it one time.
Well, we're going to see it again. Next time, Space Truckers, 1996. But yeah, we hope you had fun with Eliminators. Totally off the beaten path movie. Very reminiscent of one of my favorite indie movies, Manborg, by the group Astron 6. Check out our 50th episode on that. But yeah, any last words about Eliminators? Well, how about this? You could say any of your last words. As always, Rabbit Troop sucks.
John's our only hope. They've killed him.